Okay, let's begin. Just as a crowd control, how is everyone today? So I take it that even though the weather is not so good to us, but we are having a good time. And we had some delays because of the traffic, but it's good because now everyone is here so that we can all get this update together. Okay, can you hear me? Okay. Again, one more sound check. Those at the back, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, so I'll speak like this. Okay, so now we'll touch straight to it. Um, Welcome to Bali, and I hope you've been having a great time today. And I will have 2 more days of activity for everyone to enjoy themselves and get to know each other. So we don't have opportunities like this all the time, where everybody from different countries around the world can get together in the same place. And the last time we had it in Phuket, now we have it here in Bali. So I hope we get to do this more often in more islands around the world. Okay, now on to today's topic. For those of you that don't know me yet, I'm GC, and I'm one of the core contributors of the DAO and also the head of the investments branch in the M3DAO. And I'm also the current managing partner at my own fund, GC Capital, that has been live since the past year. So the topic today that we are touching on is what exactly are we gonna do after 2025, or rather after 2024. So for the past 6 months, we have been building the community. We have been spending time recruiting people and focusing on sales. So this year, we're gonna be focusing a lot more on the DAO and a lot more on the ecosystem. So before I begin on the content, those of you that need to translate, I will try to speak slower. But in any case, you cannot translate. Please, we can have a time to speak with each other one to one. We have plenty of time in the next 2 days to speak with each other. Okay. All right. So today the topic is M3DAO's progress, updates, and also the roadmap. So to take things off, once. So the last time we had an update with everyone was in September last year, where we talked about how many people we have in the community. And now we'll also talk about what we have grown from that point. So total active avatar holders, that means wallets that have more than one active transactions, even after getting the avatars. So we are counting out those inactive wallets, clone wallets, duplicate wallets. And we're also going to talk about our total value minted. So what is total value minted? So that refers to the dollar value of your avatars. So if you have minted a 100 USD avatar, that is 100 USD value. And if you've minted a $10,000 USD avatar, that's a $10,000 value. So today we'll find out how much exactly we have grown in just a short 3 to 4 months. So the past quarter. So as of today, we will have a bit of data discrepancy. There might be some changes already because we do see very big growth in the past couple of days, and I'm very happy to share that as well. So good job to everyone, and let's keep up the spirit. So now in September 2024, last year, we had total active avatar holders, total value minted. So number of unique members, right? I'll just get straight to it. We had 29,000 people and 547 avatar holders, unique avatar holders in the community, with a total value minted of about $28 million USD. So that is in September last year. And now, in January of 2025, as of the past few days when this was created, we have 81,933 members and a total value minted of 53 million USD. So a round of applause for that. So that brings us to the actual percentage growth that we have made in the last 3 months. And I think this is something that we should all be very proud of ourselves for. For the community growth, we have done a 2.7x growth, which is also 277% growth, which is immense in just a short 3 months. That proves that we have really gone worldwide and we are about to go exponential. And our TBM growth is about 1.89x, close to 2x. That brings us to about 189%. So again, good job to everyone and a round of applause to yourself. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. So that is the statistics, and we hope you got your pictures and remember the number well, because in another couple of months we will have another update where we will share how much we grow in the next coming months. And the number I foresee is going to be much bigger than what we see today. So the next topic is the investment portfolios of M3DAO, because as we know, we are an investment and incubation DAO. So these numbers are also very important to us. And I'll share with you some important key numbers and statistics from our investment team as well. So in the investment portfolios, we're going to talk about the seed rounds that we have participated in, our incubation projects, which you have probably known about 3 to 4 by now, our targets and performance, and our investment direction moving forward. So I'll go through one by one with every single investment that we made so that everyone is well aware of what we invest in. So from the very beginning, our first seed round that we have invested in is Ucoin, which is the Utopia project. And this has then gone on to also list on many exchanges as well, which I'll share about in the next couple of slides. Then we have Matrix One, which we did not do an avatar sale for, but it's also an investment that we made that has ended up in the OKX exchange, which is one of the world's biggest crypto exchanges, top 5. Then we have Seraph Into the Darkness, which is a video game that's very much like Diablo that we have also invested in, that is incubated and invested by Binance Labs as well. So this is one of our first times investing with the giants. Then we have Deep Link, which was somewhere in September last year as well. This is also invested by some big Chinese companies that, again, we are investing with the big players to get ourselves known in the industry. Then we have MetaMask, which was very successful, and many of you that have bought the avatars have probably made some good money. WooPay, which is also our payment gateway and our payment solutions to our USDT tokens. Also one of our previous investments as well. And it has also gone on to list on an exchange. Then we have the Pika project, which was one of our first Bitcoin ecosystem projects that we did a note sale for. That it was also extremely successful and now listed on some of the big exchanges out there. Then we have Lamina exchange, Lamina protocol, which is it's still in the incubation stage, and this is set to launch sometime in this year. And this is currently a project that we have done more than 30x in investment. And it's also run by a Harvard graduate from Silicon Valley. So we have very big hopes for that. our next project is Rocket Launchpad, which is a launchpad that we have worked with closely and we will exclusively use to launch DeFi projects in the future. It has also gone on to list on multiple exchanges, and I'm sure many of you here have also made some good money. Neo Fantasy, which is a video game, a fun little tap game on the mobile and H5 platforms. Loser Chick, which is a project that again we have taken over the community and brought them into M3DAO to revive the project. Lufa, which is a social fi project that has received up in the double-digit millions of investment in the primary market. And this will also be the project and the platform that we will use to navigate most of our community communications. And we have Explore, which is one of our more smaller scale projects, which we have also invested in to do some experiments on. And we have Endless Chains. And this is one of the bigger ones that we have taken part in. We have joined forces with a very big family and conglomerate, and they are set to put in well over 300 million USD into their chain as TVL. So we are very excited for this project as well, but it will probably come live only in the middle of this year, so sometime during May. So these are some new additions to our investments, and it's also one of our newer investment strategies where we invest in tokens listed only on the top 3 exchanges. So these are tokens that we have invested in on the secondary market as well as OTC, over the counter, and these have deep liquidity that has made some people money. I know some community members that have reached out and guessed what these tokens are, but I'll put it out here so you can do your own search, take a good look at the logos and take a guess. But we are going to be doing some more of these investments in the future because we are going to move into more stable and well-known markets. So, like I mentioned, Lufa is one of our partners that we have partnered up with that will provide our community with a social platform to host our groups. And this is also set to gain 15 million users by the end of 2025. So right now, they are relatively new, but you can take a look at their socials. It's called Lufa, Socialfy, and you'll find them also on the App Store, the Apple App Store. This is also available. They are a wallet, they are a social file, they are an NFT marketplace, everything out there. They even have mini games. So this is also one of the up and coming projects in the crypto space that you guys should take a look at. And then we have Endless Chain, which I mentioned is a Genesis Web3 cloud. They provide solutions on the blockchain that allow developers to plug and play modules. And this is also invested by some of the bigger clouds out there like Alibaba. They have investors from big Chinese investment institutions, and they are set to bring a big change to the Web3 market. This will end up on the top 3 exchanges. So pay attention to this. Then we have CCEX, which is a crypto exchange. We are acquiring their user base. This is the very basic level partnership. But right now, we are still on the early stages of our collaborations. So don't rush in to register for this exchange. This is just purely a community partnership. Then we have UBX, which is also another crypto exchange that we are working with to acquire their user base and community. So our community is set to absorb quite a number of new communities into our DAO. So this is one of our first steps forward. So a little bit of the statistics and some growth numbers. Our portfolio since the launch of our DAO has grown over 1,136%, which is also about 11.3 times And our asset under management, which is the total amount of assets that we have under our management right now at this time, is close to 200 million USD in value. And this number is set to multiply by more than 3-4 times this year. We are set to hit over $1 billion by the end of the year. So over the time, within the past 6 months, you guys must be wondering, there's so much going on in the community, but what exactly is the DAO team, the Web3 team, doing in the crypto space? So my team and also the Web3 team has been focusing on building some high quality partnerships on the crypto space. As you can see in this picture, we have the names of some of the biggest players. AWS, which is our tech provider for our servers, and also our close friend based in Hong Kong. We are connected well with AWS, Amazon's Web3 department. We are also connected with some media like Chaincatcher, CoinPost, Cointelegraph, Bitcoin Addict, CoinDesk, Cryptic. These are all crypto medias that Binance themselves use. So we are also among the partner list of some of the biggest media outlets in crypto. And for Laser Digital, I think those from Japan should probably know Nomura. Nomura's Web3 investment arm is Laser Digital, and they were actually our neighbor in Dubai, next to our office. So we are investing in seed rounds with them, and we are also exposed to their investment opportunities. And we have a Bit Exchange, Coin98, Gate.io, a couple of other exchanges like Aptos, XT, CoinMarketCap, BNB chain, which is Binance chain, CoinGecko, L-Bank, and many others. So these are the partnerships that we source, high-level partnerships with high quality that we are working on actively to form a good reputation in the Web3 space. So over the past 3 months, there has also been some crypto events that I was unfortunately unable to attend because we have conferences and meetings around the world, as most of you might know. So my partner in GC Capital, James, has been to all these events on our behalf. And these are some of the more important people that we have spoken to as a VC firm and also as a DAO in the crypto space. So the first one is Forbes. So if you remember, there is probably some news about Forbes 30 under 30, and we have Emmanuel from Utopia put into this list. This was actually set up by us because we are connected with the Forbes 30 under 30 summit team. And that's how we actually managed to get people like that onto the paper. So we are about to do this for more people that we know and for ourselves as well, if we are ever interested in going on to the Forbes 30 under 30. And the next one is Bitcoin MENA. MENA stands for Middle East and Northern Africa. So this is one of the big events in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. It was held over like 1 week time, 1 week course. And we have multiple invitations to round tables, big tables that other VC firms are talking about investments as well. So we have also placed ourselves on the invite list, and we were actually a VIP in this segment. And the next is Binance Live, which was held right after Binance's CEO came out of jail. So he was released from jail September last year, and he made his first appearance in Dubai. That's where we actually got a close one-to-one interaction with Binance's ex-CEO, CZ himself. So you can see from here, that's a photo of CZ with James, our partner in GC Capital. And we were also able to take part in the Gate.io hackathon. And in that picture right there, you can see that is actually Gate's COO taking a picture with James. So we are also well connected in the exchange space through this meeting as well. And this happened sometime earlier on last year. And on top of that, on the Web3 crypto space, we have also done multiple partnerships with other crypto platforms and projects as well. So these are just a few. I'm sure if you go onto our Twitter page, you'll be able to find more collaborations. But these are some. We have worked with exchanges, we have worked with chains, blockchains, crypto projects, media, and more. Find out more on our Twitter page. But this has been some of the summary of our past 3 months. So the next stage will be our incubation progress update. So incubation means we are working closely with them on token management, price management, and for their community as well. They bring us the project, we bring them the community. So these 3 projects, I'll share a little bit about what is going on with them and some of their plans in the year of 2025. So the first and the biggest project that we have invested in, and also the one that we spend the most time building, is MetaMask, the Mars token. So for the Mars token, the price growth we had was over 11 times. And this number might be wrong, but it's definitely over 1.1. There was probably 1.5 at some point, but that was not documented. So the launch price was 0.1 USD, and it was even lower for some of you that got in early with our avatar sale. And the all-time high for the project was 1.1 USDT, where many of you have managed to cash out your investments. So what happened in the past 3 months was the token launch, which happened on tier 1.5 exchanges, which I'm sure you have been notified about. We are launching the tokens on Bitmart. We are launching a token on MEXC. We are launching a token on XT as well. So we have a couple of big exchanges that has listed this token. And the plans for MetaMask for 2025 is to first work on the metaverse beta development and the test environment playability, which we will share some gameplay videos very, very soon to the community. And some of the bigger plans that they will achieve by the end of 2025 is a full beta release, which means that it's playable and you can go in and do your tests. You can have your Zoom meetings within the metaverse itself. And our Mars token, which is one that we like a lot because we actually named the tokens Mars tokens, and we are set to hit 1.5 million holders by the end of 2025. And for the same project, we're gonna expect at least 2 more top 10 exchange listings that's gonna happen soon within the next 6 months. And also, the price of the token now may be low, but within 2025, it's gonna be set to go up. Based on our pricing strategy, will be set to go up to well over 2 USDT. And anything extra, we will cap it off at 20 USDT per Mars token. And the Mars token is also set based on our predictions to hit well above 50 USDT by 2026. So this is something huge that we're working on, and we have multiple co-joint ventures with this team, more than just the metaverse itself. So even our chain and our other Mars products we are working closely with their team. And the next project is the Wu Pay project. This is a project we are working with for the payment solution. And we have started with a price of 0.3 USDT and the highest point of 2.3 USDT. So you can do the math, but that's somewhere about 7 to 8 times of your investment. So again, the token has launched on tier 1.5 exchanges thanks to M3DAO. And it is also released their crypto card through M3 with their special collaboration with us that many of you have put your hands on as well. The M3 UK crypto card was released in the past 3 months. And cross-border payments were also enabled within the short 3 months where we collaborated with WooPay. So the goal for them again, for a payment gateway, is to add more countries to the list, more regions to accept more payment solutions into their system. And they're also doing a worldwide offline activation to sell more of their solutions to other DAOs, other companies, and other businesses out there to accept WooPay. And of course, there's also an infrastructure upgrade that will improve the processes within the app itself. So the last project that we are incubating for the past 3 months is Rocket. And this project launched with a launch price of 0.05 USDT. And we have brought the price up to 1.7 USDT, which is well above 10x. I'm sure you can do the math. So we have again brought this to exchanges as well. And it has also kickstarted the project incubation process, and they are now our incubation partner for all of our project collaborations moving forward. So in the year of 2025, they're going to launch DeFi as well as their IDO platform. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about our market capture strategy, because I'm sure many of you are asking, why are all these tokens listed on different exchanges? And the reason for that is because we are here to absorb as many community and users as possible from around the world, and not just one exchange. That is the only way that we can grow our DAO. So we have 3 strategies that we are using through these projects. And the first one is Tier 1 volume, which is the mainstream acquisition strategy of M3DAO. This is where we invest in or list tokens on top 3 exchanges. This is where we get a big amount of users. However, we are not sure of the quality of these users, because they can go from a buying power of $1 to well above $100 per user. So the projects under the Tier 1 volume umbrella is Matrix 1, listed on OKX, Pika, which is listed on Gate.io, MetaMask, which is set to list on 2 top 10 exchanges in the next coming 6 months. And with this strategy, we are hitting on the exchange circle. So that means we are getting volume from the exchange registered users. And each of these top 10 exchanges have more than 1 million users registered, which means that the chance of us bringing the project to a bigger crowd is much higher. So projects that fall under the Tier 1 volume approach, it's going to be coming from users. It's going to have their volume coming from the new users that we get from exchanges. So that makes sure that we do not only get users from community building, from offline networking, but also online from exchanges. And our Tier 2 volume, which is the segregated acquisition approach, is where we list on Tier 2 to Tier 3 exchanges, such as CoinStore, XT, LBank, Maxi, Bitmart, or any kind of DEXs, which is decentralized exchanges. So under this umbrella, we have 3 projects as well so far. We have WooPay, Neo Fantasy, and Rocket. And with these 3 projects, we are aiming to attract the Web3 and projects circle. This means the native Web3 user, those who are already on Web3 apps, crypto dApps, and crypto communities. And this is one of the largest attraction that we have to these users, because they are already familiar with how projects like M3DAO work. So our conversion rate for the Web3 projects circle is incredibly high. Now, our last acquisition strategy for the past few months is the white net approach, which is what we use to get Tier 1 to Tier 5 volume. So in the white net acquisition, we are focusing on top, middle, and bottom funnels. as well as regional exchanges, which means that we are listing on regional small exchanges that you might know that's only unique to each country. For example, in Thailand, we have BitCup. In Singapore, we have CoinHako. In China, there's Gate and HTX. In Japan, there's Bitflyer. There's multiple other local exchanges. What we are hoping to do is to attract users that are only familiar with their own country's products by listing on these exchanges. So specifically, Ucoin is a project that we are incubating that has done this very well. They are listed in well over 20 exchanges through an exchange network. And they are what we are using to experiment with this strategy of white net approach. And all these other projects like Seraph, Endless, and Lufa, this is what we use to attract Web2 users because these products are what Web2 users are the most familiar with, like SocialFi, chat messaging apps, Genesis clouds. It makes the barrier of entry to Web3 lower. So that's the reason why we have invested in them and why we have formed partnerships with such platforms. And with this, we're going to hit the mass markets, which is what we know as Web2, the traditional markets. And with this strategy, we plan to bring people from Web2 to Web3 through the M3DAO. So now, enough about the portfolio. We're going to talk about our targets as well as our milestones. What exactly do we plan to do in this year? So I'm sure many of you have heard of Mars Chain, which is our layer 2 chain based on Ethereum. These have always been in development for the past 6 months. We have worked with a very experienced team with well over 4 and 5 years of experience building public chains. And now we actually have the testnet usable versions up and running. And we are set to launch M3DAO's Mars chain within the next quarter. And the token will be the MCD token and the Mars token. These will be the native tokens. And following the launch of the blockchain, once everything has stable and settled down, we're going to bring the launch of the MCD token that many of you have spent months earning and mining and building for. So 90% of our MCD tokens are going to be distributed to our leaders and communities, which means that there are no VCs, there are no whales, there are no private investors that own a significant amount of MCD tokens to affect the price. And every single user is only going to get at maximum a couple dollars worth of the tokens. And if you ask yourself the question, are you going to sell a couple dollars worth of token that you have spent months building? The answer is no, you would not sell it. So the price is bound to go well above 10x. And we're definitely gonna do price management as well to make sure it does not go down. And the remaining 10% that we have left in our hands is used to reward the best performing leaders and to give out rewards to the community. So the next part I want to touch on is actually the demo of the chain, because enough of talking. So we would actually let you see what the chain looks like and how we test some of the products. So it's available both on the PC as well as your mobile phone. This is what it's going to look like. And we will also demo with you. This is a test transaction where you put in tokens and it's going to appear on the blockchain. And this is the MetaMask wallet where you're able to link the Mars chain into MetaMask directly and send MCD tokens to one another. So we are able to work on this chain as well as any other chains out there. This is based on Ethereum, so this will work the same as any other big L2 chains out there. As you can see here, these are the transaction details. And this cannot be fake. This is all done on a screen recording on a mobile phone. So as you can see, it's a well-built chain, and it is currently in the testnet and set to launch very, very soon. So as you can see, the coin transfer is a success, and you're able to receive these tokens in your MetaMask wallets and any other Ethereum compatible wallets out there. And the next product that's also very exciting is our domains product. So in the coming few months, you're able to change your wallet addresses on chain to your own name with the .mcd domain. So let me show you how that will look like. There will be a marketplace for you to buy, trade, and also auction names on the blockchain. So if you can see here, these are how your wallet addresses is going to look like. So there's no more long, messy chains of words and alphabets and numbers. You're able to convert those on the Mars chain into your own name or any name that you choose. So if someone decides they're going to get gc.mcd or gc.mars, they are free to do that, and you are able to use those wallets as well. So very soon, you're able to personalize your own crypto wallet with our domain products that will go live within the next year as well. And very soon, you'll be able to see those. So on top of that, another important news that I have to share with everyone, and I hope that most of you will listen well, is our DeFi venture and transition. As you know, for the past 6 months, M3DAO has been in phase 1.0, where we are selling avatars, we are building teams, we are building community and connections. So now we are almost past the building phase, and we're about to move into the fun stuff with DeFi. So with the DeFi transition, we are going to have full on-chain capabilities where we are able to create or see liquidity pools on decentralized exchanges and on our chain. So you'll be able to see MCD token being paired up with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and many other native mainstream tokens out there. So in this year, we plan to hit a liquidity pool of over 100 million USD, which means that once you get the MCD token into your hands, no need for exchanges. You can go straight into your wallet and swap it out for USDT. So that means we are going to have 50 million USD worth of USDT tokens paired with 50 million USD worth of MCD tokens that is going to be on the liquidity pool, which means you can buy and sell as and when, and everything will be on chain. And this is going to be a little bit of how the DeFi will look like. You will have different tokens. You can stake MCD tokens and earn other different incubated partnering M3DAO projects, such as Mars, ERT, and so on. So there will be more partnership going into the DeFi segment of M3DAO. So M3DAO in 2025 is gonna go DeFi. So this is where you can search everything on chain. You'll see all these monies being staked on chain. So there's no way we are hiding any of that. And you'll be able to see it for yourself. So for the investment direction for 2025, I'm going to share a little bit about what we're going to do in the future, because I'm sure you've seen how our portfolio have grown more than 10 times. We started with about 18 to 20 million dollars in the portfolio, and now it has grown close to 200 million USD. So moving forward, it's going to be very simple because we want to stay safe. In the recent times, crypto has become increasingly dangerous because everyone is popping into it. You have all kinds of scammers popping into crypto. And in our project, especially with the money that we are managing, we're gonna put it into a safe place for everyone. So 50% of that will go into RWAs, which means real world assets projects. So it can be anywhere from real estate, anywhere about gold, land, developments, it can be commodities, health products, anything on the real world that you can see and touch. Diamonds, jewels, we call it. We'll be investing 50% of our portfolio in the projects that are buildings, products that is what we can use in our real life. And that can also include some AI software that we're also working with. And another 20 to 30%, and these are just rough numbers, 20 to 30% will be put into big Binance listed or OKX listed or any top 3 exchange, top 5 exchange listed projects with enough liquidity to exit. So that we put in $1 million, we are able to exit $1 million. Because if we invest in anything that's not listed on the big exchanges, you put in $1 million and you can never get it back out because there's not enough liquidity on the market. So the reason for this decision to invest in the big mainstream tokens is because we want to be able to exit and pay out our users. And of course, around 10 to 15%, we'll put it in the safe, stable mainstream tokens such as Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, USDT, and any other big tokens that do get listed in the future. But these are mainly the few. So about 20% of this money that we manage would actually go into mid-risk projects. So what are mid-risk projects? It means that projects with an equally balanced risk to reward ratio. This means the new inventions, new innovations in the crypto space, such as AI, meme coins, DeFi projects, new chains, new developments out there that we're going to invest in to bring in some money. But those slightly riskier investments only make up 20% of our entire portfolio. So some targets for the December of this year in 2025. And I feel like this should be something that everyone here should pay attention to. Community growth, number 1. This is our most important indicator, most important milestones and goal this year. We must hit 800,000 to 1 million avatar holders in the whole wide world. We need communities from around the world, and those new communities that have just signed up with us, we need to grow that by more than 10 times this year. So we are sitting at about 80,000 community members today, and maybe it's a bit more by now. And by the time it reaches the end of the year, we should be 10 times bigger. And number 2, incubation success. We are going to bring at least 30 to 40 projects onto the big exchanges. And 30 to 40 projects means that these are the projects that you will see, and we will talk about it before you actually invest in these tokens. And by the year of 2025, we won't try for something unattainable. We won't say 100 projects or 500 projects or 1,000 projects. Those are not realistic. We are going with a more realistic goal of about 30 to 40 successful, impactful projects that can make a difference in your lives. So you will just need to invest in just a couple of this, and you'll be able to make 4, 5x or even more than that of your money back. And investment growth, like I have mentioned, we have grown our portfolio by more than 10x this year, from 20 million to 200 million USD. And we are confident that in the next year, 2025, we're able to bring that up by at least 5 times. So 200 million USD to 1 billion USD in assets managed. So this includes tokens, funds, ETFs, gold, any kind of assets, we're gonna hit a total asset of $1 billion as a company and as a DAO. So these are our goals for 2025. And by then, we should have an event that looks like this. Thousands of people in attendance. This is what we should aim for. So again, each and every one of you here are very important for us to hit our goal by the end of 2025. So we actually need to hit this goal, the earlier the better, because our goal is to bring our MCD tokens and many of our native tokens to big exchanges. And the earlier we can achieve this, the earlier we can get on to the big tier one exchanges. So we should aim, and this is a target for everyone, to hit 30% of our targets by end of the first quarter and the end of the first half of the year. We should have 30% from everybody, and we need to achieve it by as soon as possible, so that we are able to ensure that we hit the listing requirements by the middle of the year, and within the year we can get onto the big exchanges, and that includes Binance. So today, okay, so thank you everyone for listening, and I hope it's been fruitful today to learn about what the company is gonna do in the next year. And if any of you have any translation issues or some parts that you're not sure about, please find time to meet me in the next 1 or 2 days, and we can talk about what we have discussed today. So once again, thank you everybody. And can I get everybody to say Tumas? When I say M3, you say Tumas. M3, M3.
I have been preparing this deck until middle of night. Because why? You wanted to give you guys all the details and what we're going to go into. And today is also a very special day. Okay, today is a very, very special day. Why? Because today is for and also sharing with you all the details that in 2025, where are we going? But the most important thing, the big man here, today is his special day. It's his birthday. So we're singing about this song together. All right. So ready? Happy birthday to you. Right, we can take a picture later. All right, guys. So let GC announce about the special gift first. All right. Then only we take picture. All right. I think you here.
Okay, everybody, let's give me some time before we start with the party and also with the photo taking. So I have a special promotion for everyone. I know that yesterday I actually have one more extension to the promotion. We're gonna extend beyond today. So you bid 1,000, you get 1,000. Bid 5,000, you get 5,000. Bid 10K, and you get 10K. So this is a lot. Right. So can you imagine? Once again, so basically, what we just did is just extended one more day.
So anyone can bid in 1,000, get 1,000. If this 1,000, get 1,000. Really, 10,000, get 10. Simple. And I need you guys now bring up your phone, take a picture, send it to your group. Can you do that? Yeah. 中文。那今天这个是发生什么事情呢？近期呢，他生日，他生日的时候呢，今天他送大家一个大，他做了什么呢？他就是其实昨天的这个促销延长了1天，所以任何人买一次的卡牌会得到1000块的送礼，还有呢，还有5000，还到5000，买1万，买1万。我要你们动一动你们发财的手指，动一动你们发财的手机。拍了这个照片之后呢，发到粉丝的群，好不好？好啊。So, all right. So, everyone, let's give GC another big round of applause. Thank you so much.